Welcome. Today's tutorial is on the new Superbill with support for ICD10. First, we're going to go through how to actually activate the new Superbill. First, under Administration, select the third option, New Superbill Settings. The first setting is to actually activate the new Superbill, which replaces the old version. The second setting, which you want to wait till October 1st to activate, allows you to save ICD10 codes for billing purposes. Then click Save. Next, again on October 1st, you're going to want to select which payers you want defaulted to always save ICD10 codes. Many states' workman's comp payers will not be switching to ICD10, so you do not want to change those to ICD10. If you wish to select codes or payers, simply check all or check the ones you want to change. Click Edit Payers. Check the ICD10 and click Update. Now, when we open up the Superbill, which I can either do from the appointment calendar or patient encounters. Patient encounter screen is a nice place to work through claims. Click Superbill. This is the new Superbill screen. It's slightly redesigned, however it works exactly like the old version. Beginning at the top, we've added new support here for entering or changing patient-related information. This updates both in patient registration and the patient encounter. Please note one feature which is also in patient registration. Assignment of benefits means that the payer is going to pay the provider organization. If you uncheck this, it means that the patient is going to receive all the insurance payments. Please make note of that. Next, we've added the ability to switch patients without leaving the Superbill. You can also switch encounters for the same patient. We've added a feature called Get Next, which allows you to move to the next open encounter that does not have a finalized Superbill or a non-billable Superbill. You can open a claim from this screen. Please note, if you do open the claim, it does not get added to a batch. You will have to approve the claim manually and add it to a batch. Send Claim is a new feature. This feature allows you to resend a claim after it's been created. What it does is it allows you to set the claim status. Approved is for the primary payer. Send a second, send a third, or sending it to the second and third payer electronically. It will default to an open batch. If there isn't any, you simply type in a batch name and click Save as New Batch. If this were a Superbill with an open claim, you would see claim lines here that would allow you to select which one or ones to send again, and then click Send. Please note, it will then put the claims into that batch. The batch will have to be sent from the batch management screen. Next, we've moved to a tab structure for certain functionality. Actually, before we discuss that, let me just make a point that you can take a payment from here, just as you could on the old version. You can create a new appointment. You can print the Superbill, which will also print the ICD10 codes. And we've added an alert button where any conflicts will now be displayed. This button will turn yellow. Under the tabs, you have now the ability, as you did in the prior, to set favorites. We've made this a little bit easier, however. It auto-maps your ICD-9 favorites to your ICD-10 codes. So you'll see duplicate ICD-9s, but that's only because there are multiple ICD-10s for the same ICD-9 codes. You can quickly add your top 50 most commonly used ICD-9s and billing codes from here. To add the codes, you simply check the ones that you want to add and click Add to Encounter. Note you can add CPTs from here as well. The history screen performs the same functionality, but this is the historical codes that have been assigned to this patient in prior encounters. On the Superbill, you'll notice we defaulted to ICD-10 as we set it that way, so now any of the codes that are selected will save as ICD-10. First option to search for ICD-10 codes is to either search by ICD-9, ICD-10, or a description. You notice the ICD-9s on the left and ICD-10s on the right. The underlined codes actually allow you to find more information about this particular code. If I click it, it goes to a site called ICD-10 Data, which has more descriptive information about the ICD-10 code. When you find the right code, you simply click on it, just as you did in the prior version. Please note, this checkbox here will update all existing services that have been saved down below. So if you add a new diagnosis and you want it to save to all the CPTs, just leave this checked. If you do not, just uncheck it. We've added an advanced search option which allows you to either type a description or use speech recognition. To use speech recognition, click the mic button, diabetes, and then click it again to turn off the mic. We'll go and perform the search. To expand the coding options, click on the plus sign. Then all you have to do is check the code that you find you want to add and click Save Diagnosis. Notice which codes are billable and which ones are not. It's important to note. Also, please note that the microphone will activate in your browser, and the first time you do, if you want to use the microphone, you do have to approve continuous use of the microphone for speech recognition on your laptop. If you don't have a microphone on your computer, it will not be available. Some other options that we provide are selecting an order set, a Superbill order set, and a treatment plan. These are very similar, both Superbills, labs, and prescriptions, by simply selecting a Superbill order set. So, for example, here's Vicodin. Superbill sets allow you to set the diagnoses and the billing codes. You note that we save both the ICD-9 and ICD-10. Whichever is set on the Superbill. So if ICD-10 is set, then only ICD-10 codes appear. You still do have the ability to pull from prior encounter. We will automatically map the ICD-9s from the prior encounter to the ICD-10 codes. If there are multiple codes, then all of them are saved here, and we do then require you to go through and delete the ones that are not appropriate. You continue to have the ability of setting the next appointment time frame. Again, this appears on the appointment calendar so that the front desk knows to book an appointment in 2 weeks. The services area works the same way as it did in the prior version. Please note, we can default CLIA numbers, MAMO cert numbers, and NDC numbers automatically. We've modified the diagnosis selection so that it's easier to select the appropriate diagnosis for this code. You can unselect or you can select all and save them. A few other features that you may not have been aware of. Patient comments allows you to make comments that appear on the appointment calendar for a given patient so that you can alert the front desk about perhaps labs or other tests that the patient needs or some other action to be taken. Manage prescription. This allows you to bill for administered or dispensed medications. Please note this can work with lots, so you can select your medication lots if you're going to manage your in-house medications. Lastly, other details let you set the auto pull forward settings or clear other diagnosis and services. When you're all done, you either want to set the Superbill to be finalized and close will close and go back to the previous screen, or set it as non-billable. Thank you very much.